afternoon. Most of you watching this video will be expecting me to be doing a guitar I'm repairing, but it's not. This is about a guitar I had made, and I'm doing this video for the maker of a guitar because I hope it helps him sell more guitars. So I want to explain a little bit about me. My name's Victor. I am Fret Friend Guitar Workshop in Nottingham, in Kirkby and Ashfield in Nottingham. And I play guitar for a number of years, but the only place I really play guitar nowadays is either here at home or at church. And for me to be able to play guitar at church, I play acoustic. And it's always been, I've always wanted my own guitar. I wanted a guitar made, but I always had a soft spot for the Gibson J45. I always liked the look of it. So when it came to choosing someone to build a guitar, I wanted someone who was going to build me something a little bit on those lines. So you're talking sunburst, spruce top, and whatever. But rather than go and pay Gibson £3,000 for a standard guitar they have built, part machine, part hand built, you know, I thought, well, why not go a little bit over, you know, and extend your budget if you want to, but go and have something made. And Paul Toon, wow, what a guy! I met Paul Toon at Battelle Church in Nottingham, where he's the pastor. He's now the lead pastor at Battelle Church in Nottingham. And found out that not only was he a furniture maker, he also made guitars. I found this out pretty much around about the time I first met him, so about 3-4 years ago. We're in 2022 now. But anyway, so when it came to me being able to afford a guitar, to have a guitar built, I decided I was having a guitar built when I thought I could afford it. But Paul Toon's the obvious guy. And what a craftsman that guy is. Absolute genius. He's got God's hand all over this guitar. And I've had to write stuff down to make sure I remember everything. So I'm going to show you the guitar. And what an absolute stunner. I'm going to move back just a little bit because I don't want to knock it on anything. But here she is. And what an absolute beauty. It's a Dreadnought. It's a beautiful piece of kit. Lovely booming sound out of it there, but just look. So let me take you through what we have here. And I was always going to go with a spruce top because I wanted a sunburst. So spruce was going to be, so solid, we've got a solid spruce top, nice thick piece, Brazilian rosewood bridge, bone saddle, I believe ebony pins here, string pins, but let's have a look at this, the sides and the back. Just look at that. Have you ever seen a better piece of koa than that? Well, I'll tell you what, Paul Toon hadn't until he got this piece. And when we were talking about building mine, he says he recommended certain woods and things. And just look at the sides and the back. Absolutely stunning. So let me take you through what we have. So we have a spruce top, Brazilian rosewood, ebony, bone. We have an LR Baggs Anthem transducer and piezo pickup in there. We're plugging at the pin end. Absolutely wonderful. We have a gold strap pin. We come to the neck. Beautiful piece of ebony. Gold fret wire, which would have been my first choice anyway. I love this Jescar Gold Evo fret wire. I use it myself. But an ebony top. I believe the neck is 5-piece mahogany and walnut. And we have a beautiful rosewood veneer on the headstock with Paul Toon's logo on there. I imagine that is, I don't know what it is. Could be abalone, could be shell, I don't know, it could be something else. We have Goto, which again would be my choice. Goto, I believe, 510 gold tuners on the back. And what makes this guitar stand out for me, we've got a gold strap pin, locking strap on there, a bone nut. Let me just talk about this bit before I show you the 12th fret. So, when it came to the Rosette, I didn't know what Paul was doing there. I know he'd got sort of an idea, but I was worried that when we were going black here, because we originally talked about some lighter wood for the binding, and he said, no, I'm going to go dark now. So I thought, okay, but I thought the dark was just going to blend in, there's going to be nothing fancy there. But what I said to Paul was, put your own mark on it, and wow, put your own mark on it. Look at the Rosette that matches the inlay around the sides, all the way around the body, and again at the bottom of the binding. Absolutely stunning. And so what a fabulous guitar. It just plays amazingly well, sounds amazing, sounds great plugged in, sounds great not plugged in. It's a beautiful piece of kit. I've bonded with it. It's beautiful. And what sets it apart for me is it was built for me. Now, when it came to personalising, Paul asked, he says, am I going to put your name on the 12th fret? And I says, no, you're not. I don't want my name on the 12th fret. I want God's name on the 12th fret. I want this guitar to glorify the Lord, not to glorify me. So I decided to have God's name on here, and I've gone with Jehovah, or Yud-Hey Vav-Hey. And Paul says, crikey, you don't want much. But he did it, and I'm just going to show it you now, the 12th fret. And when the guitar's stood like that, it's just glorifying the Lord right there. How wonderful is that inlay? It's absolutely beautiful. So it's pulled that off brilliantly. But what I had it actually personalised inside. I have inside here just a part of my Bible verse, not my Bible verse, my baptism verse. I was baptised in 2016, and when it came to my baptism verse, which I didn't know about until the day, until Jill Johnson read it out at my baptism. And it was from Psalm 40 verses 1 to 3. That was my whole baptism verse, and I've not prepared anything. But what we had in there, we had part of that, and I'm going to remind you of what it is, so I'm going to read it. So you're going to have to bear with me a second while I grab my phone. And it's the inscription I've got on the inside of the body there. So I've just done my Bible. I'm really sorry about this. I meant to do this before. So if I whip into Bible, Psalm 40 verses 1 to 3. Can't remember which version, but I'm going to read the part I've got. In fact, I'm going to read Psalm 40 verses 1 to 3 from the New King James. And this was so apt for me at the time. You don't know my testimony, you don't know where I came from. I was an absolute mess before I came to faith. And I was still a mess when I come to faith, but this was perfect. And I'm going to read it to you. Psalm 40 verse 1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined to me and heard my cry. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my steps. Praise the Lord. He has put a new song in my mouth, praise to our God. Many will see it and fear and will trust in the Lord. That's Psalm 40 verses 1 to 3. But the beginning of verse 3 is, he has put a new song in my mouth, praise to our God. That is the inscription I've got inside that guitar, and it reminds me of what God's done in my life to me and for me, and it's very, very special. So I was always going to have something like that in there. So the guitar, amazing. If you are thinking of getting a guitar made, you will not get a better one. Absolutely brilliant. I couldn't have spent what I spent on this and got an equivalent. I got a great price on it. It's absolutely worth every penny. So whether you're a Christian or not, I mean, the great thing is God's stamp and God's fingerprints are all over this guitar. It's a beautiful piece of kit. There's nothing I'd have changed on this. There's nothing I would change on this at all. It's just a fabulous piece of kit. And all the way through, Paul kept in contact. He sent me update pictures. There's certain things he didn't do because he wanted me to be surprised at the final build. So I never got to see that many transitional pictures, but I'm so glad I didn't. It's just a fabulous, fabulous piece of kit. So just let me show you again. Paul Toon will talk you all the way through this. He won't do anything without your say-so. He'll take you through the woods. He'll show you all the woods. Just how wonderful is this? And from start to finish, he will keep you in touch, informed and updated. The only thing I did change when I got this Bible were the strings. I do believe he put some elixirs on there, but he put some fat strings on there. I don't like fat strings on an acoustic. I'm quite a light player, so I like light strings on there. I've got some 1048s on there by DR. They are DR Dragon Skin strings, and they're brilliant. They're coated and they're brilliant, and they last a real long time. So there you go. That is my Paul Toon Dreadnought. You're not going to get better. You will not find a fault on this. There's not one at all. And what I love about it is when Paul had built it, he says, I say this about every one I build, he says, but it's the best one I've built. And I love that. So everyone he built or builds is going to be the best one. So there you go. Go and grab yourself, if you want the best piece of kit you could possibly get, built to your spec for an absolutely fabulous price, you know, go and see Paul Toon. That is it. That is my review of Paul Toon guitars. You will not get a better guitar. I think I've included everything. Oh, I didn't mention, I also got this case with it. He asked me which case I wanted. I've got a Hiscox case in cream. It has a Paul Toon logo on there. Again, another fabulous piece of kit. So I think I've now covered everything. I have. There you go. So go and buy one.